Hi Cancer, and welcome to your reading. Okay, what does Cancer need to know? I'm going to get those in a minute. What does Cancer need to know? Huh. Okay, let's see what we have for you. This is main spread, current energy, environment. Not something you need to know. This is main or side? Main, side, or none of the above? Okay. Wait. Okay. This is main or side? Or none of the above? Not something you need to know. Alright, Cancer, so down here are your side messages, but we're not going to get into that until after the main spread. So let's see. The Queen of Water, Two of Earth, King of Earth, the Queen of Earth, Knowledge, the Five of Earth, Ten of Water, Body and Mind. A lot of Earth here. But the energy that you're currently moving in is the Queen of Water. You're highly intuitive, but you may be questioning a decision you made. Even though the Queen of Water is someone who places their strength on the emotional level, like, how exactly do you want me to say it, Spirit? The Queen of Earth is typically someone who's emotionally controlled. They place value on their emotional input, or how they're emotionally responding to a situation to help them make their decision making. But their emotions never get in the way. They don't get to the point where they cloud the judgment and lead to a piss poor decision. But and that is you now, but it's like at the same time, it's like you're thinking and reflecting on how your emotions led you to make a piss poor decision in a moment you wasn't controlled. You're questioning if you was emotionally out of line because of because you're moving in the Queen of Water energy, where you know your emotions should never overrun your logic, your perception, make you act in a certain way, like you control your emotions, not they control you. Regardless of whether it was one instance or more, you're thinking back at the times, because it just comes off like self-reflecting as well, where you wasn't as controlled as you are now. Understanding that your emotions are something that can lead you and guide you, but not something that should ever speak for you. Like I said, this is that's how you're moving now, where you're more emotionally controlled, emotionally stable. Even if you get mad or upset about something, your emotions are of you but not a part of you. It's not good or healthy to act out on your emotional state, and you understand this, so you don't. Instead, you let your intuition take the wheel to help dictate your next move, or how you should respond, or even respond at all to any given to any person or situation. You're hearing some things are just below your level. In regards to the energy in your environment, you have the Two of Earth. The energy in your environment is balanced, is controlled. A lot of plates are spinning, but nothing is falling, nothing is dropping. You're keeping it all going at the same pace at the same time. As we know, some things are progressing more than others in your environment. It's like you're controlling. No, that could be that's exactly what you're doing. You're controlling your natural environment. You're controlling the energy of it. You're controlling the productivity of your natural environment. You feed into it at how it feeds into you. If something's throwing you off balance, you find it healthy and best to remove it if it can't be readjusted. So why is it also coming off like this? Where something's not quite right. For some of you, it's just how you're feeling. Because even though things are fine, things are close to perfect as they could possibly be, it feels like something's off, something's not quite right, something's out of balance, it's out of sync or out of whack. But the energy in your environment doesn't come off like that. It's more of like a feeling that things are not quite right. So yeah, that's more likely how you could be feeling about how your environment is. Even though everything is going well, it feels like there's something that's just not there. It's not. That's not as it should be. This is something that should be present. Something that could help move things along. Something that can help maintain the balance, but your environment is already in balance. Let's see. Alright, so the King of Earth is coming off as a little bit neutral. It can be a strength if you, yeah. It could be a strength if you let go of some of your... For some of you, let go of control. Others, let go of the power you think you have. Because the King of Earth is someone who's naturally responsible, reliable, dependable. He's sets a strong, healthy foundation and boundaries for what he does and those around him. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. You can still carry this kind of energy, but it's... The reason why it's coming off as neutral and just not an outright strength is because some of y'all could be either overly... Yeah, you're over... Okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it how spirituality gives to me, because the messages will be getting lost in translation now. Some of y'all are overly compensating. Y'all are trying to control so much and control everything. Possibly because you feel like something's not quite right in your environment, even though things are running smoothly. You're constantly trying to fix something. You're constantly trying to fix and control something. If you get it just right, if you get it just right, you can loosen your grip, you can loosen your control, because now it's functioning perfectly, and now they're doing what you want them to do. Now they're following your steps piece by piece, exactly how you laid it out. But because you're not getting the outcome or the result that you wanted, you're nitpicking. It's like someone being But if you were to loosen your grip, just let it be, because like... Yeah, that's what's making it neutral, because you're trying to overcompensate and be overly controlling of someone or something because it's not producing the results that you want, or because you feel like something's not quite right or something's off with it. You're trying to control every aspect of it, make some tweaks, adjustments, possibly even restructure a plan to see if that works, see if that helps. But the feeling that something's not quite right, so far I'm not picking up on that. It's mainly coming in as a feeling, as a backseat, as a paranoid, not a paranoid thought, but a nagging feeling that won't go away. And if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't you being so overly controlling, this would actually play to your strength. Because even though you have your healthy boundaries for those around you and for whatever it is you're doing, you're crossing your own boundaries by trying to be so controlling. In regards to your present, you have the Queen of Earth. Yeah, this comes off as you to somebody else. You could have somebody, either you have somebody around you or somebody you know looks at you this way, because yeah, whether it be a person or a group, that you're nurturing, kind, caring, giving, always looking out for their best interest. If someone doesn't speak on a matter, you'll be the one to bring it up. Like, I'm not tiptoeing around this any longer, which is going to get to the root of the matter, the root of the problem. You're not overly blunt or overly critical, but you are direct, straight to the point. and help those around you see the solution to their own problems. Yeah. So Cancer, some of y'all, this may actually be your job where you work as a counselor. Whether that be a guidance counselor, marriage therapy. Some of y'all could even be a psychiatrist, but you have that nurturing spirit. Even if you do have even if it is your job, even if this is your job, or you cater to a lot of people around you, whether it be through friends or family, it's a small group that I'm picking up on, either one specific person in particular that you spend the most one-on-one time with, or a very small select handful of people, 3 or 4, that form your inner circle, and that truly gets the most, the highest benefit out of the energy that you carry. Not to say it's so much of a benefit, it's just that what you do for others is not the same as what you do, as how well or how much you'll do for this one person or this small group. Now you're closer to them than anyone else. And they actually deserve all you have to give. Now, based on the current energy that came out for you so far, there's one of 3 paths or course of action that you may take based on the current energy that you're showing, based on the current energy that came out. The first one being knowledge. This is a new one. There's a difference between knowledge and understanding. Anyone can read a passage and tell you what it means, but only someone who truly understands will be able to elaborate and say in depth what the passage means, the lessons that can be learned from it, and offer how it can change one's perspective. So either you may have been knowledgeable about a situation and you're finally taking the time to understand it, whether it be with friends or family. However, if this is something personal or work related, you're taking the time to expand your knowledge on what it is you want to focus on at this time, to grow and deepen your understanding of what it is you currently do. Like, say for example, this is your job, you could be taking specific job trainings to help increase your knowledge and understanding of your role and responsibilities. But if this is something personal, like something you choose to study on your own free time, you may have a basic level of understanding, but you're looking for either online or in-person course to take, maybe from more than one platform or center, to learn as much as you can and expand on what it is you currently know, and how you understand how to apply the information in ways that benefits you. Now, the second path or course of action, you have the 5 of Earth. Someone truly fucked up. I don't know if it's you or another person, but someone someone fucked up royally. It's not so much as taking accountability for one's actions, it's more of taking the time to see where you could have been wrong. Not that you are wrong, but where you might have been wrong. Because it's coming off both ways. For some of you Cancers, this is you, where you were the one who fucked up and benefited from someone's downfall, or vice versa, where someone fucked up towards you, that they tried to screw you over to get ahead. Being that this is your reading, I'm trying to focus more on you than them, but let's see. If it was them that fucked up and tried to screw you over for their own gain or for their own benefit to get ahead, it worked out in their favor, but not in the ways in which you would think. It's like they got a version of what they wanted, but you benefited more. Even though they tried to screw you over, it's like you both walked away happy because you cut ties with this person and are still leveling up, where the person that tried to screw you over, in a sense, they did get what they wanted, but in the long run, they're going to see where they had a better choice to make. They could have chose door number 2. And they would have gotten a whole lot more out of that door than the one they chose to walk through. Because now they don't necessarily have you what they thought they had or thought they gained. It's not working out, because in the long run, it fizzled out. Whatever they gained was short-lived or short-term. But vice versa, if you was the one who fucked up, it's not to say that you feel bad over the situation, it's just you're seeing it through a different lens. You may start to understand how your actions may have hurt the other person. Whether you're in communication or not with this other person, you're understanding how your actions could have affected them and be misconstrued as hurtful, demeaning, and a sense of entitlement. It doesn't come across as that was your intention, but that's what was felt. And you're starting to understand that. Again, you're not fully taking accountability for it, because right now you're just playing around with the idea. You're exploring how you could have fucked up, how you could have made a mistake. But you don't see a wrong in your actions. At least not yet. For some of you, you will. For others of you, I'm hearing it's completely justified. Now, for the last path or course of action, you have the 10 of water. You're getting familiar and comfortable with the new you. I'm hearing some of you may have leveled up in the past year. Yeah. Some of y'all may even be spiritual, because moving with nature, going with the flow of the universe, your energy, guided by spirit, walking in my divine purpose. So for those of you who resonate with this path or course of action, you know exactly who you are, what it is you stand for, how it is you move, you're comfortable with yourself. You're even highly intuitive. You don't have to ask for a sign. Vast majority of you don't have to ask for a sign from your higher power, whether that be spirit, God, Allah, or any other name you identify them as. You don't need a sign. You don't ask for a sign because you get messages daily. On what it is you're doing, confirmation that your path you're walking on is the right one for you, or if you need to change course and change directions. And you don't hesitate, you question it sometimes, but you don't doubt it. You know whatever you're being diverted from, it's in your best interest, because either it's not for you or you're not ready for it at this time. You don't take a loss as a missed opportunity, you see it as divine guidance. Being divinely guided away until it comes back around again, which you know it will. Anyway, regardless of what path or course of action you take, what you can expect over the upcoming weeks, you have body and mind. Your body influences your mind influences your body. And spirit influences the bottom too. Ooh, Cancer. I think your body and mind form a perfect cycle, one feeding into each other, one flowing information to the next. Whatever you believe or perceive, your body's going to respond to it naturally. If you think positively, keep an open mind, remain optimistic, because you know it's already in the cards for you. You don't have to worry about negative thinking or pessimistic attitude, because that's not the mindset you want to carry. And because that's not the mindset you want to carry, it's like your brain filters out those thoughts and only welcomes in those that are for your highest good, that'll keep you on the path you want to walk upon. The way it also comes across is like you can sense negativity on a physical level. If there's those that are around you that are not in alignment with who you are, the energy you carry, for some of you, it comes off as a physical sensation that you just don't want to deal with. and your mind interprets it as that somebody should avoid, and vice versa, where someone who's on your level or above you you're drawn to them naturally. And I find it interesting, I'm getting that energy with the body and mind card. It's like your body and mind are both acting as magnets. When they're moving in unison, they're on the same page with each other. You either attract or repel what it is you don't want on a mental and physical level. So yeah, if you're spiritual, you gotta be at a either high vibration or high frequency, because for you to actually feel it. Sorry about that, Cancer. Oh, right. What I was saying before, yeah, your energy field is magnetic, like highly magnetic right now. You're drawing and repelling. You're both attracting and repelling. Attracting what's similar to you, or at least at a higher frequency than you, and repelling those that are not. Even if they were to come towards you, you are just naturally repelled, don't want to be near them, don't want to talk to them, have no communication with them. And like I said, you gotta be on a high vibration, high frequency for that already, if you are, whether you're spiritual or not, because even for some people that are spiritual, that is something that not all of them is capable of picking up on, at least not as fast as you are. Anyway, let's clarify for Cancer, please. Yeah, it's just that. Can we please clarify spread for Cancer? Oh, dang. He said clarify, give me like half the deck. One moment, let me get this organized. Alright, Cancer, you already know I don't like to see the cards before I place them. 2, 3. Let's see what Spirit has for you. This. Not it. King of Earth. Wait. Which one? Queen of Earth or Queen of Water? This is Queen of Earth. No. Side note. Wait, this? Leave it where it is. Wait, what? So, this... Wait, what about the rest? Can put them back, don't need any more. Okay. Not even a side method? Okay. So the Queen of Water is clarified by the 7 of Wands. Alright. For the Queen of Water, like I said, you're currently carrying, moving in the energy of someone who's aware of their emotions, but don't let it control or influence. They're important aspects to your decision making, but they don't make the final call. you leave that with your intuition. Let it guide you, lead you, direct you. But with it being clarified by a 7 of Wands, you may become a little. It's coming across as you're being defensive, Cancer. And it could be about with the self-reflective energy. Like you're looking back at the times where you wasn't as emotionally controlled as you are now. There's got to be a lesson that you need to learn from it, because for you to be this defensive about it, like you don't want to look back, you don't want to think about these things. The possibilities where you could have done better showed up as your higher self, and you let your feelings get the best of you, your emotions get the best of you, and influence your decision making. It's like your intuition is trying to get you to look at ways to make sure that never happens again, but you're being defensive about it. Or it wasn't necessarily your fault, like you're praying. It's like someone who created a plan, but your plan went off the rails. Instead of taking accountability, responsibility, and just looking back at where things went wrong at, it's coming across as my plan was perfect. You're the one who, if you screwed up your part of the assignment. Not necessarily that you're placing blame, it's just that you're what's the better word? You're deflecting. So there may be something there that you're having a hard time seeing past. But anyway, with the 2 of Earth clarified by the 2 of Wands, yeah, you're highly motivated to get something right. You're building on what you already have, but hearing it gotta be perfect, it gotta be balanced. But something doesn't quite feel right. Either it doesn't feel right, it doesn't look right, or it's not coming out how you wanted. And the way Spirit is showing it, it's like you're capable of moving on and up. Because what's next after the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 6? You're capable of moving up, of progressing, going further. Because right now, things in your environment is optimal. It's running at full. It's the best condition it's ever been, and you maintained this for the longest time. But it's like you're not progressing forward because you're so stuck. That things are not in order, things are not in balance, that things are not in perfect harmony, that there's something missing from the equation. And you're trying to figure it out. What the King of Earth is clarified by justice. Cancer, what you do? Because this justice is not for somebody else, it's for you. And And it's coming across as to why things don't feel right, why you feel the need to over control things, because it comes across where the answer is right there in your face. In the words of Spirit, how exactly do you want me to say this? You feel a loss of control and an overwhelming need to get things right and control every aspect of a situation, because the person you naturally turn to help guide you through these things is no longer at your disposal. It's karmic justice. You have to figure it out for yourself and make do with what you have. Which may be less than what you're used to. So Cancer, you may not be at your best right now. Your strength, with what's usually placed to your strength, is you're not at your best right now. Because this is for you, but it involves somebody else. So whatever this is that you're trying to get right, that you're trying to get it exactly the way you wanted, you probably had somebody handle that for you in the past, or at least before now. And they were the ones that got done perfectly, or they were getting a 10 out of 10 every time, but I don't know what happened, because I keep on hearing that it's karmic justice. Whoever this person was, or if it wasn't a person, no, I'm still coming up with a person. Whoever this person was to you, whether it be a family, friend, co-worker, whether you no longer deal with them, you no longer talk to each other, the possibility that they may have passed away, and if that did, because I'm also hearing that as well, someone who you relied on for this could have recently passed, and it's not like you have an instruction manual on what to do and how to do it, because he did it so well. But unless if it's work related, the person that you worked with that usually handled this for you, they could have gotten fired, or they quit. And now you got to figure it out on your own. But again, it's coming off as karmic. Now, the Queen of Earth with the wheel. This usually points to in your present moment, it's like the wheel is stuck. In the present moment, like I said earlier. Sorry about that. Like I said earlier, with the Queen of Earth, you overall have a nurturing, caring spirit. They're for people that need you the most. And help them with their struggles, but I don't understand. It's like the wheel is stuck. Yeah, like it's stuck in neutral. Things aren't going good, they're not going bad, they just average the norm, what you could typically expect. Usually you notice the beginning and ending of cycles. People come, people go. New events begin. And some that are past their prime fade into the background, but there's always a beginning and an end. The start of a new cycle and the closing of a door, but it's like the way it's coming across is usually the more good you do for others, the more good you returns back to you. But right now it's like what you do and how you do it, that hasn't changed, but what you receive back is changing. Either you're not receiving as much back, or quite possibly nothing at all. It's like some of you may have even noticed a change in your abundance, whether that be with your time, energy, for some of you money, but it's a soft blow. It's not harsh where your income was cut in half. It's not significant enough. If it is financial, it's not significant enough for you to panic, but it is enough for you to notice a difference. People aren't coming to you like they used to. They're not spending as much. They're not promoting your services. They're not speaking highly or recommending you the way they used to. You're not getting as much positive feedback. Yeah, whatever it is you do with, whether you're a counselor private that works privately or with a medical group, it's like, or even just someone who's just naturally there for your family and friends, it's like it's not the same. You haven't changed, but the response to you has. Now, the Five of Earth is clarified by the Judgment okay. For those of you that did resonate with this path or course of action, like I said, it could go one of two ways. Whoever screwed the other person over, whether it be you or the other person, because it did go both ways, it's starting to hit home for them in more than one way. This is like divine punishment. Yeah, divine punishment, karma on a cosmic scale. Because usually when I feel the energy of karma, it's the energy you put out returning back to you. But with this, it's not the same. It's like it's stronger. It's more stronger, more a little bit more powerful. It's like the universe or spirit themselves. The universe, spirit themselves, your higher power themselves are stepping in and taking action for whoever did the screwing over of the other person. This could, for some, not all, in the words of spirit, what's coming out first? What do you want me to say first? Alright, for Cancers, for those of you that didn't screw the other person over and they were the ones that actually screwed you over, they may be coming to you crying about it. Because they feel the guilt, they feel the pressure, they know exactly where it's coming from and why shit is hitting the fan for them the way that it is. And if they can't stop thinking about you, this is why. They got their little benefit in the short term, but now the long term, whatever they got out of the situation, that situation is hopefully fizzled out, they're receiving their punishments. Like, they know exactly who they can trace it back to. They come to you crying with their feelings hurt, hoping that if they apologize, they'll just bring it to an end. Yes. If you are watching for a Cancer, I feel for you, but it don't necessarily work like that. Because even if Cancer does forgive you, that don't mean though the bullshit you going through right now is gonna stop. And in regards to you, Cancer, if you're the one who screwed the other person over, your intuition may be leading you back to them. You've been receiving communication from your spirit team, either from your intuition, your spirit team, your higher power. Some way, somehow, they've been trying to get it through your thick skull that you gotta make this right. That's probably why you started considering the possibility of ways you might have been wrong. I can't even say you was wrong. It's hopefully coming out like where I might have been wrong, misconstrued as being someone being portrayed as the villain in the story. It's like, yeah, it comes across where you can't wrap your head around that you are not the victim, that you are not totally innocent in this. It's like, you're trying to wrap your head around that. It's how it's coming across. But anyway, it's not that things aren't going right for you, it's just that things aren't getting any better. Yeah, it's not like you're about to be down and homeless, broken, penniless, with nothing to your name, and something's just gonna happen to your job a day later. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. More of your spirit team is trying to get you to get it together. There's a lesson that needs to be learned from all this. You need to learn how to take accountability for your actions. Even if you were justified, even if you were right in your decision making, that doesn't necessarily make it okay. There's 1,001 different possibilities in the world. Some of them right, some of them is wrong. Right and wrong is all a matter of perspective. But it comes time to see that not everything can be viewed from your perspective. Sometimes you have to understand the perspective of others to know which action is the best course to take. And in this situation, you wasn't right to do what you did. Yeah, you were dead wrong. Alright, for those of you, like, dang, already 54 minutes? Okay. For those of you who resonated with the 10 of water, it's clarified by the 10 of chalices, so water and water. You're living your best life right now. You are happy, you're winning, you're successful. If you are family oriented, I don't know whether you're family oriented or not. If you're in a relationship, yeah, there we go. If you're in a family relationship, you may be working on starting a family, or at least discussing the option of children. And because you know yourself, you know exactly what kind of parent you want to be, wife, husband, how many kids you want to have, how you want to raise them, how you're going to nurture and guide them. And it comes across where you intuitively know that you and the other person is on the same page. Now, if you're not in a relationship, you're happy and content with the life you live. Like, everything is perfect. You could have everything you could possibly want and need. If some of you still have that lingering feeling in the background that something's missing, it's buried way deep in the background. Because you even see it with your own two eyes. Yeah, you want for nothing. Everything you need is here in the present day moment, and you appreciate it fully. Okay. And lastly, body and mind. You have clarified by the Ten of Swords. For some of you, you're wishing that something would come back to you. Something you naturally repelled. Either something you naturally repelled or something that was once upon a time drawn to you. It's like you're trying to attract it back. Or hoping it'll come back of its own free will. But until then, you're enjoying the present moment, celebrating life as you know it, attracting all that you need and all that you desire. But you keep watching the window to see if what you released will find its way back. Okay. Now, in regards to your side message, you have integrity, the Three of Fire, journey, and also the Five of Chalices. Now, I would show integrity, but she's showing like everything. And I don't need YouTube over taking this video down because she's over here naked lady on the sum card. But anyway, this doesn't come across. Wait. Alright, sorry about that, Cancer. But what I was gonna say is that this relates more to someone who is associated with you. If it was an issue in the past, it may not be any longer, because someone is moving with deep integrity. They mean what they said, and they mean what they say, and they're not backing down from it. Their actions are their own, and if that forces them to move away and travel on their journey solo, so be it. And on their solo journey, they learned more about themselves than they ever could, because they explored the darkness. They explored the darkness and journeyed into the light. So it's kind of like, instead of staying with what they knew was familiar to them, they actually took a chance, journeyed into the darkness, exposed all their lies and secrets to themselves, face their inner truth and trauma. And whatever wasn't released, it's like they had to see it at face value, not shy and run away from it. And it's quite possibly because they did this, took a chance on themselves and journeyed into the darkness, is why they can move with such integrity, because they know where they've been, they know where they started from, they know what they worked through, and they can actually stand on their own 2 feet on what it is they say and what it is they do, because it's done with purpose, it's done with confidence, and it's done with sincerity, with authenticity. They're being genuine in their movements. And with the 5 of chalices here, someone's no longer in the 5 of chalice energy. They've transitioned out of this. Instead of being sad and depressed over what they lost or what they can no longer do, they found a way to scoop themselves up and make a way for themselves. It's like their own spirit guides, their own spirit team, their higher power itself would not let this person stay down and depressed. They had to get up and move and take action in their own life, or nothing would ever change. Yeah, because this doesn't come across as you, Cancer. But Cancer, this is the reading that I have for you. I do hope that you liked or at least gained some insight from it. That being said, I shall catch you in the next one. Bye, Cancer.